In this part, we shall discuss about the internal structure of Dicot stem. In the previous video, we learned about the internal structure of Dicot root. There are a lot of similarities between the arrangement of cells in these two internal structures. What is the outermost part of a plant body? Epidermis. In stem also, the epidermis forms the outermost part. Below the epidermis there is cortex. The third part of the internal structure of Dicot stem is stele. Cortex itself has three zones. In root, cortex is not made up of three zones, but here the stem cortex has outer hypodermis, middle cortex, inner cortex. Cortex itself has three zones. They are hypodermis, middle cortex and inner cortex. What is the last layer of cortex? We have already learned in the previous video. The last layer of cortex is endodermis. All the components inner to the endodermis form stele. All the components inner to the endodermis form stele. Stele is made up of pericycle, vascular bundles. Above the vascular bundles there are bundle caps. At the center there is pith. Let us learn the components one by one in detail. This is the ground plan of Dicot stem. It shows outer epidermis and cortex, endodermis, all the components inner to the endodermis form the stele. Epidermis is the outermost layer of Dicot stem. Now let us see the expanded view of epidermis. Here we can see a single layer of epidermis. It is shown in green color. This epidermis is made up of parenchyma cells. Single layer of parenchyma cells form epidermis. Inner to the epidermis there is cortex. Cortex forms the second part of Dicot stem. The cortex has three zones. The first part is hypodermis. The hypodermis is made up of collenchyma cells. Collenchyma cells have thick walls. So these cells give mechanical supports to the plant body. The second part of cortex is middle cortex. Middle cortex has chlorenchyma cells. Chlorenchyma cells have chloroplasts. So these cells involve in photosynthesis. These cells prepare the food material. Middle cortex is made up of chlorenchyma cells. The third part of cortex is inner cortex. Inner cortex has parenchyma cells. These cells are arranged with lot of space. The inner cortex stores starch. The cells of the inner cortex involve in exchange of gases. That is, take in of oxygen, send out of carbon dioxide. The inner cortex is made up of parenchyma cells. These cells involve in gaseous exchange and storage of food materials. The last layer of cortex is endodermis. We learned about endodermis in root also. Endodermis is made up of single layer of parenchyma cells. These cells are barrel shaped. They are broad at the middle. Endodermis is made up of barrel shaped cells. These cells store more starch grains. So the endodermal layer is called as starch sheath. Endodermal cells store starch grains, so this layer is called as starch sheath. All the components inner to the endodermis form. Stele forms the third part of internal structure of dicot stem. All the components inner to the endodermis form stele. Stele is made up of pericycle, vascular bundle. Above the vascular bundle there is bundle cap. At the center there is pith. Pericycle, vascular bundles. Above the vascular bundles, bundle cap is present. At the center there is pith. These four are the components of stele. Pericycle forms the outer part of stele. Here the pericycle is made up of bundle caps. In between the bundle caps there are thin walled parenchyma cells. Here there are two vascular bundles. Above the vascular bundles, bundle caps are seen. We can see two bundle caps. In between the bundle caps, thin layered parenchyma cells are present. The bundle caps in between the parenchyma form pericycle. Bundle caps are made up of sclerenchyma cells. Bundle caps are made up of sclerenchyma cells. They are found at the top of vascular bundles. Vascular bundles are made up of xylem, phloem and cambium. In dicot stem, vascular bundles are made up of xylem, phloem and cambium. At the center there is a pith. Pith is made up of parenchyma cells. Look at this picture. Here the cells are thin walled. Pith is found at the center. It is made up of thin walled parenchyma cells. These cells store starch. This is a single vascular bundle. Vascular bundle in dicot stem is conjoint, collateral, endarched and open. We had already learned these terms in the first part of the lesson. Why do we call this vascular bundle conjoint? Here there is phloem and xylem. Xylem and phloem are arranged side by side along the same radius, so this is conjoint. Only one side phloem is present, so the vascular bundle is collateral. The xylem is towards the center, so the vascular bundle is endarched. The vascular bundle is open because in between xylem and phloem there is cambium. If cambium is present, the vascular bundle is called as open bundle. These vascular bundles are arranged in the form of ring around the pith. If you see the ground plan, it will be very clear to see the ring-like arrangement of vascular bundles around the pith.